Here we go. Let's get some people up in this live. All right. Gotta open this bad boy up. All right. Hang on a second. Here we go. So why am I not seeing the chat? Are we in? I see Random Andy. I see Nerdy Newfie, McLovin, and Matt C. How about that? There we go. All right. So I need to get in here. There we go. All right, fellas. There we go. I see Patrick McKay, Mark McKeever. There we go. In like Flynn. Got you, brother. So we're going to give some folks some time to roll in and, get caught up in the live stream for a second. Y'all see some of the stuff on the Star Wars wall back there. We got Mark McKeever's little Darth Vader up at the top. Well, that's actually kind of a thick comic. We got MN Comic Books over there with the U.S. 1953 Fighting Air Force. So I'm actually going to be doing a thing because I'm using my computer up here to be catching all of this. So I'm going to have to be using my phone to hit the chats. Yeah, Andy, 8 away from 800. So, yeah, I meant to do a thank you for hitting 700. Did 320 sub growths over the last 28 days. Thank you to Star Wars and Baby Shark shorts. Evidently, while I was on vacation, I got to playing around with the new shorts beta that's out on the YouTube. And you all saw some of the goofy films that I made with John and the lightsabers and me goofing off with my son doing some Baby Shark stuff. Next thing I know, that was not meant to be serious. That was a test of, hey, how does this work? And sure enough. So let's see. What up, everyone? Hit the, MN Comic Books. There he is. MN, I just gave you a little shout out. If you look over in that corner right there, you will see it. You will see it. All right. So, guys, if I'm not talking in the chat, it's because I'm having to do both. But I won't belabor it too long because I got kiddos taking a nap while wife's down in Alabama seeing her brother and sister-in-law because they're expecting parents, and we're bringing them some gifts down there, and it's his birthday. So today it's Daddy Day with the sons, and I figure why the heck not jump on here and do a cool little giveaway game. I'll tell you all about that, the easy rules. It's kind of impromptu here in just a second. But yeah, so shout outs really quick. Random Andy, I see him in the chat. I see Nerdy Newfie in the chat. I see McLovin in the chat. I see Matt C. I see Mark McKeever and Pat McCabe and looks like MN Comic Books. So there we go. Hey, Stephen Baker. Hey, brother, man. Virtual hugs to you. I took your words before you could shoot them out. But yeah, it's good to see you, man. So here's what's up. I obviously wouldn't be having the subscribers that I've got without you all. And I want to just have fun and say thank you while doing some cool little giveaways at the same time. I haven't released the winner of the last Patreon giveaway yet. We do know who that is, but we're going to be revealing that in the Shining video that should hopefully be dropping tomorrow, maybe even tonight. I'm still editing right now. McLovin actually helped me along with Connor Stork, helped me with picking the, thumbnail, picking the thumbnail for it. So lots of familiar peeps in here. You got it right, Andy. That is absolutely right. So to recap, for those that are just now joining us, experimented with some shorts, Baby Steve, Star Wars, Baby Shark, subscribers started going up. Watch time went way down, but subscribers started going up, and I'm quickly on the road to 800, sitting at 792 as we opened up this live stream. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw some get to know you questions out there. I'm going to be talking about, like, for instance, Do you know well, I don't know. Do you know what my favorite movie is? And then what I'll do is I'll throw it out to, one of the guys in the chat and give you a shot to hit that first. And then we'll go from there. And I'm going to make these things kind of easy, be giving away some things like some other Funko Pop pins. We got some Star Wars medals that Chewie never got. Some Baby Steve t-shirt. Maybe some other Star Wars little bobbleheads, things like that. No, Baby Steve is not going to be given away today. McLovin, how did I forget that? Oh, see, somebody's already dropping the whole, is Prime in the chat? Did I miss Prime? Holy crap. Holy crap. Prime is in the chat. Man, guys, I don't know if you know this, but Prime has actually been live streaming this little video game. Evidently, my notifications were not turned on. It was a video game called It Takes Two. I got done last night watching The Shining with the guys. They left the house about 12:30, a little after midnight. I couldn't get to sleep till about 2 or 3. And just, nerves, kept waiting on things to pop out from behind dark corners. And happened to notice that Prime was on live, and he's got some really cool stuff going on over there. So, go check him out. So, Jay Wolfie, oh my goodness, our British friend Jay Wolfie in the chat. So who the heck dropped the hole the crow is going on here? Was that Jay Wolfie? Who figured that one out first? No, it was Will, in comic books. Okay, well, Will, you jumped. Okay, you took one of my easy questions, but yeah, it is the crow. All right. So I've only got maybe a half hour until the kiddos wake up, and I guess I want to get into this thing. So yes, my favorite movie is not a Star Wars film, despite the fact that I'm actually inked up with Star Wars. Had to cover the ex-wife's name up with something, and Voldemort wasn't going to work. The joke was going to be we were going to put a picture of Voldemort's face covering her, and the joke was going to be she who must not be named, but Voldemort's very pale. It would not have covered it up. So my wife graciously consented to allow me to put Darth Vader permanently on my arm. How about that? Yeah, thanks, Nerdy Newfie. That was about a 10-hour session. Technically, it's not done. It's going to be a mural with like a Death Star blown up and the little fight scene from Return of the Jedi and all that. But man, that's time and money that I just don't have. All right. So favorite movie is definitely not a Star Wars film, although it is in my top 10. The Crow was one of those things, and Jeremy Branch will get this. I've never met another Crow fan until Jeremy, really. But I got to see that when I was like 13 and just changed my life, because that was the first movie that I ever paid attention to cinematography, how it was shot, the light filters and lenses that they used. It blew my mind. I thought it was a masterpiece. Actually, one of my first college papers I ever wrote was to, demonstrate and prove how The Crow was actually an Edgar Allan Poe Gothic tale brought to life on the big screen. First A I ever got on a paper in college. Go figure. Your dad's a Crow fan. He even owns some of the comics. Sweet, Jay Wolfie. I've actually got John, I believe, got me the James O'Barr collection. I keep hoping they reboot it, and it's not to dishonor Brandon Lee in any way. I mean, I've got pictures of me out at Brandon Lee's grave. I think it's a masterpiece that can never be outdone, but I think there's a lot that can be done going forward with The Crow if it's done correctly, have the right budgets and right directors. Well, I got a sorry McLovin. What's going on here? Oh, stop flexing your dad. Nah, flex your dad. My dad's cool, man. I love my dad. So here's what's going on. We know that I love Star Wars. So this first question, get ready. Get your fingers ready on the text. Here we go. First question is going to be a giveaway for the number 12 Funko Pop pin giveaway of Han Solo in carbonite. So the way this will work is when I get done tonight, there will be an email in the description, and it's my Gmail that's attached to my YouTube account. And what'll happen is if I say you're the winner, I'm gonna put the notes in my phone. And matter of fact, I might want to get a pen. That's all right. If I say you're the winner, just make sure you email me your address. If I don't already have it, I'll make sure it gets mailed to you. So here we go. First question for the Han Solo Frozen in Carbonite Funko Pop pin. I got the phone right here. Hands on the buzzers. What is my least favorite Star Wars film? And count down the timer. Here we go. Here we go. Will's all over it, man. Will is all over it. In comic books with a quick draw comes in saying Last Jedi, and he would be absolutely correct. That piece of crap filth movie gets you the Han Solo carbonite. So that's going to in comic books. All right. Yep. Yeah, a lot of y'all got that one. Stephen Baker, man, close with The Rise of Skywalker, but no. I mean, JJ tried to fix Last Jedi. He did. I'll give him credit for that. Still sucked, but, you know, whatever. Him in comic books says he was answering for my favorite film. No, it is not my favorite Star Wars movie. But, yeah, great job, Will. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys. Is if you win one, don't answer the next question. Let somebody else have a shot. Let's just keep it fun, keep it fair, all in the family. So this is going to come, this next question is going to get into number 13, which is Lando. I don't even know what to call that outfit, but it's Lando in the outfit that he wore as disguise in Return of the Jedi when they went to go rescue Han Solo. But man, this is going to be, you've really had to have paid attention either in the Discord or in the chats or like even a live stream or something like that. But the question is, who was it? Well, I'm going to back up. I have never Facebooked, never face tweeted, never FaceTimed any of that stuff. No social media until YouTube. I tried Instagram shortly after YouTube for about 28 days and I junked it. Just not for me. I'm not a social media guy. I stayed away from social media because I found it to be very toxic. I didn't want to be part of that toxic environment. And then, of course, you know, quarantine goes down. And right before then, I had been exposed to something that inspired me on YouTube. So the question is, who was it that introduced me to YouTube, got me to start watching YouTube, and actually inspired me to start my own channel? Jay Wolfie, good guess, but no. Jay Wolfie says Matt Lane. It is not Matt Lane. Random Andy went clutch for the win. Holden Hardman. Random Andy gets to Lando. So, yeah, what happened was, you know, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and Rise of Skywalker was getting ready to come out, and Holden's video went, you know, viral. The algorithm picked him up. He had to hold my friend watch Star Wars for the first time. I couldn't believe, I thought I was the only one with a friend who'd never seen Star Wars. I couldn't believe that, you know, somebody had a friend that they actually convinced to watch Star Wars, because I've been trying to convince John for 25 years to watch Star Wars up to that point. And I just started binge watching the heck out of Holden. And the movie, if you go back and watch his videos, like the very early ones, much like mine and still a lot like mine, very low quality, kind of crappy videos. But I didn't care. The quality of the video didn't matter. It was the quality of the relationship. And Holden and Matt, you could tell they were really good friends. They were having fun. Matt was being a good sport. And I fell in love with just the dynamic between them, which is what I like about, you know, the Star Trek movies, actually. The dynamic between Spock and Kirk. And, you know, you've total different personalities and you got bones thrown in the mix. I like the dynamic of the relationships. And, of course, we watched that dynamic grow into a whole family of YouTubers over there. You know, you got Matt Lane and you got Jenna Lane and you got Holden F. Prime, who's in the chat, if he's still in the chat. I mean, so many awesome people. And I was like, wow, there are people on YouTube who are not toxic. This is great. I can find entertainment here. Well, kind of as a joke, I showed John, my friend John, Holden's videos and was like, look, man, he's got his friend watching Star Wars. And John's like, yeah, I'll never watch Star Wars. So then I threw the idea out to John as a joke one day. I voice, you know, called him and did a voice, what do you call it? Speakerphone call in the truck on lunch one day and was like, hey, John, what would you think if I started a YouTube channel and we videotaped you watching Star Wars? And I had no idea on logistics, like no idea how this was going to work. And he said, absolutely, that would be fun. Let's see if we could do it. No aspirations of getting tons of subscribers. We really just wanted to document it. So there's the long-winded version of what got me into YouTube. So thank you, Holden Hardman. Jay Wolf, yeah, no, he's allowed to type. Yeah, yeah, Emmett's allowed to type. So here's what's up. It's an obscure one. I've got it saved on mine just because of a little bit of vanity. But there is one time that they were doing a live, Holden and Matt and some of the crew. They were sitting on the couch talking, and I actually got a chat through that Holden read, and I thanked him. I was like, hey, we're getting ready to. I finally got my friend John convinced to watch Star Wars because of you and Matt. And Matt pops up and goes, you should totally document that journey. And of course, yeah, here we are. We documented the journey. I wish John had never seen the MCU like Matt, because that'd give us a ton of content. But John has seen all of those except for Venom and Into the Spider-Verse, which we might get him to do those. But he's also never seen Harry Potter. So once we get me through a couple scary films, then we're going to jump into the Harry Potters. All right. Now, yeah, I'm trying to catch up on the chats, gentlemen. Just making sure I'm not missing anything important here. All right. I'm making these questions up as I go. So, oh my goodness, did you guys smell that? That was a brain fart, like completely lost it. We're going to get back to the Star Wars stuff. Out of all 11 Star Wars films, now we covered my least favorite. And don't guess what I'm about to ask, because you might get it wrong. But the next one is going to be Jay Wolfie. You know what? I'm going to give it to you, Jay Wolfie. I'm going to give it to you. Yeah. Jay Wolfie. Oh, Jay Wolfie, you get Jabba the Hutt, bro. I hope you like Jabba the Hutt. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. No, the next question was going to be, what is my favorite Star Wars film? And Jay Wolfie's like on the quick draw, like Return of the Jedi, all over it. All over it, man. Good job, Jay Wolfie. Good job. That's telepathic power, Jay Wolfie. Yes, Jay Wolfie does have mind powers. You guys knew it was coming. I'm making this up on the fly. I didn't write them down. I probably should have. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Now, this one might require a bit of digging, but you may remember that John and I did a series of videos on our top 10 favorite movie moments. Now, I'm not even going to ask if you know which one my favorite one was, but I am going to ask if you can name one of them. So whoever names one of them gets the Leia in the Bosch outfit Funko Pop pin. Nerdy Newfie says, Patrick, you inspired me to try and get my friend to watch Star Wars for the first time. He already does some videos with me, but I've yet to convince him to watch Star Wars. Hey, Nerdy Newfie, do it, man. Do it and document it. I'm going to tell you what Matt told me. Absolutely do it. Do it for no other reason than you have that thing documented forever. Like the journey is documented and people could go back and watch it later. I mean, that's awesome. It's rare to find somebody who hasn't seen Star Wars. Even Comic Book says, Cool Runnings. Nope, that wasn't on there. Was not on there. Not one of my favorite movie moments. Matt C, close, but that was in a video where it was movies we defend that people hate. So not that one. It was favorite movie moments, not necessarily favorite movies, but favorite moments from movies. No, it was not Avengers Assemble. Wow. Yeah, it's obscure. We may have to circle back to that question. But well, Matt C technically gets an answer for John, but not for me. Yes, one of John's favorite movie moments was the reveal of the DeLorean, but in Back to the Future, it wasn't mine, so that doesn't count. Let's see. What I think Patrick got it. Favorite movie scenes from the video. If I win, I give it the best moment of the. Okay, I just want to make sure. Matt C got it. There we go. Yep, Matt C was staying on it. He was staying on it. So Matt C, Leia, Funko Pop right there. Now, Yeah, one of my favorite movie moments of all time is the throne room scene with Luke faces off with Vader. So it comes back to my favorite Star Wars film, which is Return of the Jedi. That scene was just amazing. And ironically enough, John, I thought he was really going to prefer the prequels over the originals. And as he was watching them live, in sequence the way we did it, yes, he did enjoy the prequels more than the originals, but he ends up actually, if you've caught him, doing his little talking points in the videos, he ends up liking the originals more. He wants to go back and re-rate those. He's even talked about going back and watching them again, not on YouTube, but just watching them. That's cool. But yeah, Return of the Jedi was his favorite saber fight scene. So I've got, man, you guys are gonna have to help me out on this one. I've got in comic books in on Solo. I've got Jay Wolfie in on Jabba. I got Random Andy on Lando, and I got Matt C on Leia. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the Shining video. But the Patreon giveaway that I did, I may as well tell you now. I'll put the little, I don't know what you call it, the graphics in there later. But Matt C, you're going to be getting 4 other Funko Pop pins because you were the winner of the Patreon giveaway for last time. Mick Lovin says, can the ones who won come back in and make it exciting? You know what? At this point, since I'm out of Funko Pop pins, sure, why not? Because the next thing I've got a couple medals. I've got the Rebel helmet medal. I've got the Darth Vader medal. Only 2. There wasn't a third one for Chewie. And I've got the Baby Steve shirt. So who's ever wanting the Baby Steve shirt, just know this is a large. It's brand new, never been worn, but this is a large. So if you're a midget like John, you don't want that one. You're welcome, Matsy. Thank you. So that's the whole purpose of, I just want to find ways of thanking y'all for, supporting me on Patreon. And in this right here, I wanted to find ways of thanking folks who don't necessarily support me on Patreon, but support me anyway, because you're the ones that have got me to these subscribers. So here we go. I got to think about what's a really good question. What's a really good question? So I think I might throw something out there that you guys would not know from any of our videos or from any of the lives. But Oh, okay. This is going to go into military question, which I don't talk about too often. But we just finished Memorial Day not too long ago. Been remembering some of my brothers and figure why not throw it out there. So, question is, it's going to be multiple choice. Have I A, flown planes, B, jumped out of planes, or C, both flown and jumped out of planes? Throw it out there to y'all. And that's going to be for the pilot medal. Yay, Patrick McCabe. Dude, you live in New York City and pay rent? Holy crap, dude. Holy crap. If I win the lottery, I'm going to get in touch with you. And I got some lottery tickets for, I'm going to have to go pick up for Saturday night. Yeah, I'll get in touch with you because you're going to need some help up there in New York. All right. Random Andy says rats. No, rats is not an option, Andy. It is not an option. So Jay Wolfie says both. M in Comic Book says both. Long Matey 80's in the chat. What's up, dude? Long Matey 80 says both. Random Andy said just flying planes. Mark McKeever says both. Stephen Baker says both. Pat McCabe says both. Random Andy says rats. Nerdy Newfie says jump out of planes. Matt C says D. I like it. No, but I like the way you think. Ace Edits is in the chat. Man, Ace Edits, dude. You got some great stuff, man. Great stuff. The guys, after we finished watching Shining last night, I actually threw up on the big screen TV that I got in the living room. We watched your new levitation video. That was pretty cool. But all right, so here we go. The answer to the question was did I fly planes? Did I jump out of planes, or did I do both? In answer to that, I am going to show you guys two things. I'm going to close this little chat box. Here we go. Thing number one is going to be a picture that hopefully comes through rather well. Boom. Let's see if that pops up for you. How about that? That was back when Daddy had some hair right there. So yes, I did fly some planes. And I also get my little military box out here. You'll see on the bottom right there, there's my jump wings. Jumped out of some planes as well. And of the two, I got to tell you, it was way more fun to jump out of them. So now I got to get back to the chat and find out who the heck won that little giveaway. I want to say it was another, let's go here. Bear with me, folks. We won't get back in there. We're going to get in there. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Did Matt Lane just show up? The man, the myth, the legend, Matt Lane himself. But yeah, guys, there you go. So the last giveaway is going to go to Jay Wolfie. Jay Wolfie came in again. He got the quick draw on the Return of the Jedi, and he comes in again. You're going to get the little Rebel pilot medal to go along with your Jabba the Hutt. There we go. So Matt Lane, oh my goodness, dude, I got to tell you. I mean, you guys know this mental fit stuff. Matt Lane is just Matt. While I'm live and I'm sitting here, you got to understand how much you inspire me, man. Something that I was going to kind of keep on the down low, didn't want to tell anybody, but I may as well reveal it today, is I got like a radio flyer, like wagon cart for my kids, my 4-year-old, my 2-year-old, because I'm just tired of being out of shape. I'm tired of it. I'm not in the shape I used to be. I want to get back to that. You guys in the Discord have seen some of those pictures, and no more excuses. So today we live on a back road kind of out in the country, and put the kids in the cart, and I took off running. And my old 40-year-old butt that used to run 5-minute miles, ran a mile in about 12 minutes with those kids. And that was an accomplishment for this old folk. But Matt Lane, thank you for always being an inspiration, dude. Always. And I'm going to tell you what is part of you being an inspiration to me is the fact that you don't always have it together. Is that you're transparent with struggles, you're transparent with where you're at, what you're going through. Because my heroes, frankly, I need my heroes to not be perfect. I don't want perfect heroes. I want heroes that have things to actually overcome that I can identify with. So Matt, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being you. Yeah, my poor little heart's just a thumping. I came back sweating my tail off. First time I ran that far with no hair also, and that just pouring down my head. So we're having some fun. For those that have joined the chat a little bit late, when I opened up this live, I'm sitting 8 subs away from 800. I meant this live to be a, hey, I reached 700. Thank you. And getting into, how I got there with all your support and doing some giveaways, asking fun questions about, what my favorite this was or favorite that was or least favorite that was. And got some Funko Pops and medals and things like that. So here's a small, I'm hoping I might be able to work it out, but I used to live in Milton, Florida, which is not far from Pensacola. And my wife has a conference down in Pensacola in October. And depending on what's going on with work, because y'all know I work about 70 hours a week, I may be going down to Pensacola. So we'll see, hopefully. So I've got to get a couple more questions out there because I am running up on time to get the kiddos up from a nap. And the next one is going to be the giveaway of the Darth Vader medal right there. And this is going to be an obscure question because you guys know I don't do scary movies. That's the whole reason the guys had me watch The Shining last night. Less than 10 fingers have actually watched scary films. So what I'm going to do is throw it out there and see if anybody can figure out what scary movie I might have watched that scared the bejesus out of me. So let's throw it out there. Y'all start throwing me your ideas. M in Comic Book says Scream. Mark McKeever says Scream. Pat McCabe says Exorcist. Pat, I have not seen The Exorcist. Ace said it says Halloween. Ace, I've never seen a Halloween film. Never seen any of those things. Yeah, I know growing up, everybody was watching the Jason stuff. I never saw them. Hereditary, I hope to God nobody ever makes me watch that. That's probably going to rake my soul out. Yeah, Matt, we finished watching The Shining last night at about 12:30, and I'm editing that one right now, and I didn't get to bed until about 3 a.m. That was a complete mind screw, like totally screwed with my head. Like, no, not okay. Not okay at all. Jaws, okay, Will, I don't consider, forget that. Ignore that noise. I don't consider Jaws to be a scary film, although I did see it. I've never seen it. Frozen was pretty scary. Good call on that, Ace. Never Nightmare on Elm Street. No, I've never seen a Jason movie, like ever. Or is that a Michael Myers? I don't know. There's like three of them. There's Michael Myers and Jason and Fred. I've never seen any of those. Or Halloweens or anything like that. I'm gonna guess just because it's fun. Don't count me. Jay Wolfie, yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Jay Wolfie, I've seen Alien, but see, I don't consider Alien to be a scary film. That was just, I mean, it had some jump scares. Never seen The Conjuring. Mark McKeever, dude, I have seen Final Destination. That's an obscure film. But technically, you're not the first one to get that right. Blair Witch Project, I saw. I'm going to tell you guys about Blair Witch Project. Holy crap. You want to talk about a cool story. But no, the first one to drop an answer on there was actually MN Comic Books with Scream, as well as Mark McKeever. So MN, I'm gonna ask you, man, because you've already got one coming here. Can I throw this one to Mark McKeever because he popped his answer same time as you? If not, I'm gonna throw you something extra anyway, MN. Yeah, Scream. That was one of the first scary movies I ever saw. So Darth Vader medal. Good job, guys. But let's talk about Blair Witch Project. So Blair Witch Project came out when I was in the military. And when you're going through the academy and you're going to be an officer, they make you go through survival training. And they're going to put you out in the woods. They starve you to death. You don't have any food. You got to live off the land. You get captured, put in a mock-up POW camp. And I'm going to mention a movie and understand a movie is hyper real. It's not really real. They sensationalize it, but I think the closest to explain of what we probably went through might have been in G.I. Jane. But anyway, you got to go on quarantine before you go out because they want to make sure you're not sneaking food into your packs and sneaking extra things you shouldn't have. And the guys the night before we deploy out into the mountains and the woods say, hey, let's watch Blair Witch Project. And of course, I'm not going to tell guys in the military that I don't watch scary films. So I'm like, man, I got things to do. I got to shine my boots. And they're like, what do you mean shine your boots? You're about to be in the woods. I kept coming up with an excuse. And they're like, dude, are you afraid to watch Blair Witch? I'm like, no, I'll watch Blair Witch. And so anyway, we watch it. Scared the shit out of me. And then we deploy. Out in the woods you go with groups of 3. And you're eating grasshoppers and worms and ants, and you had no calories. You're getting delirious. You're getting lost in the woods. Things are getting crazy. You've been captured. You've been smacked around and beat up, and then you've escaped, and you're trying not to get captured again. And 3 weeks into this, when you're starving and you're hallucinating in the middle of the night, every tree you walk by has got that little Blair Witch stick figure up in it in your head, and you're about to have a nervous breakdown. So, yeah. Jeremy Kelly. So you've been through SEER. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine going through SEER and you're seeing all those little Blair Witch cross sticks in your head up in the trees. They had us up at Sailor Park up in the mountains. And, it was actually during the solstice and a bunch of Wiccans out in the mountains too. So, we're coming across like little stone rings and stone pits and things like that. And it definitely lending to the whole, mental trip there. Oh my goodness. You work in TACP. Heck yeah, brother. Jeremy Kelly. Is that Alf in your, I think that's Alf. Is that Alf? Give me a heads up. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, dude. You want to talk about an obscure, that is awesome. But yeah, it's well, I was at the academy as a cadet actually. Jeremy is when I went through SEER. So that was most definitely fun. You know, got the rabbit, had to eat that and everything, eat the eyeball. That was fun. But yeah, we actually ended up about one of our nights, we ended up about 12 clicks off course because one of my guys couldn't night nav and then he broke his ankle. And so we had to get him life flight or helicoptered out. And they actually, instead of recycling them, put him in a air cast and let him finish the last 48 hours of SEER so he could graduate with us. Man, that was I got a lot of crazy stories from those 3 weeks. So I've got one more question. One more. And this is for a size large Baby Steve t-shirt right here. Now, I've also got, and we'll get into that in a second, I've got a woman's Baby Steve t-shirt. I don't know if we got any women in the chat, but hey, some of y'all got wives and girlfriends. This is a size XL because they run a bit small. I tested them out on my wife, and she says they fit like a large. So if any of y'all want that when we're done, let me know, and I can get that to, you know, one of y'all to give your wife or your girlfriend or your daughter. I don't know how old you guys are. Mick Levin says he has 5 wives and 9 girlfriends. Well, you're going to disappoint 13 of them because you've only going to get one. So last question. Here's what I want to do is I actually want to ask, what is it that you don't know about me yet that you want to know? And whoever has the most interesting question that's appropriate, keep it appropriate. I'm going to grab that question. We'll jump into it before I wrap up this live. How's that sound? McLovin that never saw me coming. Golly. Oh, McLovin ain't right, dude. I'm telling you. I can't tell you how cool it was to see Long May 80 come by and Pat McCabe and Jeremy. I mean, it's I love all y'all. You know I do. I love seeing my crew here, but it's cool when other folks pop in. Jeremy Kelly, good question. He's wanting to know what the highest award was I got in the Air Force. I'd say you'd find it interesting. I don't know if anybody else would find it interesting. I don't really have any amazing awards. Outstanding unit with 2 oak leaf clusters. I got that one. Got the expert marksmanship one. Maybe that's about it. My jump wings. Love my jump wings. Never got my senior jump wings. You know, definitely one of those. Didn't get enough jumps. But yeah, that's about it. Nothing special, bro. Nothing special. I'm no hero, no silver stars, no purple hearts, no medals of honor, nothing like that. Just a regular run of the mill guy. Oh, M Comic Books coming in clutch. Says, what celebrity do you want to meet? Man, that is a great question. Because I've met some. What celebrity do I want to meet? Oh, Matt Lane. Hang on. Why YouTube at 40? That ain't an insult, but rather inspiring. Okay, so Matt, we actually kind of covered that in the beginning, but I'm going to go over it again because some folks relate to the chat. So YouTube at 40. At 40 years old, I've never social media, never MySpace, tweet-faced, Facebooked, none of that. I was a staunch, like, you kids get off my lawn. Like, you know, I had a flip phone up until 2006 or 2017, 2008. No, I had a flip phone until 2018. Like I was all anti-technology, I want my books to be on paper. And I just felt that social media was nothing but toxic, self-aggrandizing, just loser douches. Like I did not want to be a part of it. And then in 2019, 2020, was it? Yeah, it was 2019. It was right before the pandemic hit. I saw a video of Matt Lane and Holden Hardman doing the whole My Friend Watches Star Wars, and it blew my mind because I'm like, man, I can't get John to watch Star Wars, but here Holden is getting his friend to watch Star Wars. And I watched it, and I found the relationship between you and Holden to be wholesome. the videos in the beginning with Holden were very low quality production, much like mine are today. Holden's videos are now just amazingly produced. But I was like, wow, these guys have a great friendship. They can be honest with each other. I liked that. You didn't just go along with a Matt and be like, you know what, I like it because Holden says I should like it. You had opinions. You had well thought out opinions. Nobody ever dies. You're right. I can't take that from you. Nobody ever freaking dies in these movies. There's no stakes. But I really enjoyed it. And then I started seeing the relationship spread, and you had what I call the sinister sticks. You had Jenna pop in there, and you had Jeremy. Jeremy was so instrumental in helping get me started. You had Prime, who chats with me about the weirdest stuff, but it was very wholesome. It was like, wow, not everything out there is toxic. And I was very fortunate to my first foray into YouTube, find people that were supportive, they were encouraging, and they were just genuine people, authentic people. I'm drawn to authentic people. A person can be an a-hole, just be an a-hole all the time. Don't be unpredictable. And then I used y'all's videos to show John, like, hey man, this guy's watching Star Wars. Why won't you? And sure enough, while I was doing chatting in one of y'all's lives, Matt looked right at the camera, read my chat, and said, Patrick, dude, you got to get your friend to watch Star Wars. You should totally document that. So there you go. Why YouTube at 40? You guys inspired me. I thought, hey, I can do that too. And so, there you have it. It's because of Holden, because of Matt that got me into YouTube. It was Holden that started me, and then Matt that encouraged me. And y'all may not know this about Matt, but Matt, honestly, he may not get back to you immediately, but he makes time for everybody. And on days where I would struggle with mental health things, I've made no secret to those of you that know me that I have severe PTSD from some things that occurred in the military, and struggle with depression, struggle with the PTSD. I'm trying to raise 2 children at 40 years old, and working 70 hours a week. I'm stressed. I'm tired. And Matt would just keep it real. Just always keep it real. Didn't blow sunshine up my ass. Didn't, hey man, everything's going to be okay. It's all going to work itself out. He just would talk to me like it was real. And like he was just sitting right next to me, just like my friend John sitting on the couch. And I guess in some small fashion, I wanted to create content that was entertaining, similar to what Holden does with my friend John, because I know that Matt and Holden were new friends, whereas John and I have been friends for 26 years. And I was like, well, that can bring a dynamic to YouTube that maybe people haven't seen yet. Didn't want to copy Holden and just be like, well, I got a guy that's never seen Star Wars too. No, I've got a friend that we've been friends for the majority of our lives, and he's finally agreed to do this. And I actually became a fan, unlike Matt. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, Matt is the best. But I'm going to back up to some of these. No, there's no my bad, Matt. That was the long-winded answer. So I'm going to back up to Random Andy. Random Andy's going to get the random question of, I said, throw me a question that's just completely off the wall. He says, what's the worst thing I've ever eaten and still remember to this day due to the taste and the after effects? Jeremy Kelly, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, Mr. Sear Instructor. The worst thing I have ever eaten and will never forget to this day is a banana slug. Y'all look it up on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's a thing. I didn't know if y'all knew that. But banana slug, horrible. But we had to get one down. It was nasty. Oh, my dear God. Ants, not bad. They taste like lemon drops. Grasshoppers, crickets, not bad. You got to eat, you got to survive. Worms, not so much. That banana slug, that about did me in. To this day, I think I'd rather watch The Shining again than eat a banana slug. Jeremy Kelly says, yuck. Jay Wolfie says, ew. Oh, McLovin, you're out. Hey, McLovin, thanks for coming by, brother, man. Yeah, banana slug. It's horrible. So, Random Andy, dude, good question there. M in Comic Books asked, what's the celebrity that I want to meet? I'm going to be honest, dude. I want to meet Matt Lane, Jeremy Branch, Holden Hardman. You've ever heard that thing, the table, like if you could sit down at a table of four and have four corners, like four sides of the table, who could you sit across? I would love to sit down across from Matt Lane, Holden Hardman, and Jeremy Branch and just be a fly on the wall. Not even ask them anything. Just be like, sup guys, I'm in the room, yeah, those are the celebrities I want to meet, because I've met a lot of Hollywood celebrities, and most of them were letdowns. The only one I've met that was not a letdown would be Chuck Norris. Dude was awesome. Very humble, very authentic. The things I'm drawn to, very gracious, and just not like above it all, but just about everybody else I've met, it was like, wow, that was disappointing. So, be careful making heroes, because heroes fail. If you're going to have heroes and pick heroes that are human, have faults that you can relate to, because when you meet those heroes, you're going to be like, wow, that person's kind of really, really ugly. Just like me. I'm ugly. I've got skeletons in my closet and things about me that are just not great. And that's everybody. But, when we make heroes and celebrities, we tend to put them up on pedestals. And when you get really close, you see that pedestal's kind of shaky. So just, be careful in that regard. But yeah, so if I could meet anybody, it would be Matt and Holden and Jeremy, especially Jeremy, because he has really been, like, logistically, when I can't figure out how to do digital things and like how to upload this or do that, Jeremy's always clutch with the email of, hey, check this software out or do that. Matt's always there with the mental health encouragement, and Holden's there with the inspiration. It's like the trifecta of it. Get a little bit of pieces from everybody. I want to meet Patrick McCabe so I can see ScarJo turn him down. Oh man, talking about people getting turned down. At the Air Force Academy, they have a ring dance your junior year where you get your academy ring, and it's a big thing to, they call it the trophy dance, where you bring a girlfriend or a date that's, you could kind of show off at the ring dance. And it was always a competition with the cadets to see if they couldn't get somebody from Hollywood to go with them. And there was a guy in my squadron that kept asking Natalie Portman through her agent to go to the ring dance with him back when Attack of the Clones had just come out. And basically he got shut down so hard by the agent and accused of being a stalker. So we never let him live it down. Oh man. Let me catch up on, banana slugs for every meal. That's ScarJo, so I can ask her to marry. Kid Rock, I've actually heard that. My sister met him, Jeremy Kid Rock. I've heard that dude's pretty laid back. Scroll up to my question, Patrick. M in Comic Book says, scroll up to my question. All right. Keep going. Keep going. I'm going, man. That's a lot of scrolling to do. Okay, you have a better question. Can you ban McLovin? No, don't ban McLovin. Don't ban McLovin. We love McLovin. So actually, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Matt Lane gets the best question. So I'm gonna send that to Matt Lane, and he's got a spouse, so it kind of works out. I can send him the one for her as well. But that's about it. Is there anything else you guys want to know? Because I'm just hanging out with y'all saying thank you. For all I know, I could wake up in the morning and be past 800 subs. Obviously, the road to 1,000 is the big mark that everybody wants to reach. And I'm hoping I do get there. Maybe we'll get there before we hit the, Harry Potter. It might take the Harry Potter videos with John to bump it up like that. But I'm getting ready to wrap this thing up. So I'm not, no, I'm not awesome, bro. I'm not awesome. I'm just having fun, man. I'm an old dude at 40 years old that's realizing that life's short, and I've spent too much of my life taking things way too seriously. Spent too much of my life holding grudges, too much of my life not being gracious with people and extending them the courtesy and grace that I wish people would extend to me. And I'm at the point in my life where it's like, be the change you want to see in the world. I don't know who said that. It wasn't me. But be the change you want to see in the world. If you want to see the world be a better place, stop complaining about everybody else and just do it yourself. I can't make the world a better place. I can't change the world. I can't fix the world. But I can influence the people around me. Just like, Matt, look at him. Look at how many thousands of people he's reaching. doing what he's doing just by being him. You know, if we could reach just one person, change a life. You know, I met a guy, I'm going to keep it anonymous, and I'll end on this. Through prison ministry, I met a guy who was struggling, didn't have his GED. He was in prison, going to be in prison for a long time, and helped him get his GED. I thought it would be a challenge. Just can I help a guy in prison get his GED? You know, maybe if he gets his GED, he'll get a job when he gets out of prison and not do crime. And while he was there, he got his GED, and then he asked me if I would teach him how to teach math because he wanted to be a teacher's aide while in prison in the GED classes that they had. So I said, sure, why not? And he went on to become a teacher's aide. He got paid a whopping 50 cents an hour to be a teacher's aide. And he set a record because in the time he was a teacher's aide in that particular prison, more inmates got their GEDs than all the other prisons in the state combined while he was a teacher's aide. And I met a lot of good men through that particular ministry. I met some men that, you know, I'll say that probably should stay there and never come home. I met some that, you know, it was a big timeout box. It was a time for them to learn and make changes in their lives. We all need to grow and make changes. And to this day, he's in touch with my family. He's home. He's never gotten in trouble again. My kids know him as Uncle. And it's one of those things, look at how many lives he touched and how many lives that he changed for the better. So you never know who you can affect. And the thing is I did it as a challenge, not because I honestly believed I was doing something nice. Somebody threw a challenge out and was like, maybe you need to learn how to give people second chances and be more forgiving of folks when they make mistakes. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll take it as a challenge. So the point is, guys, no, there's nothing about me that's awesome. I'm not awesome. I'm very flawed. I'm a human being. But we have choices to make, and those choices affect those around us. And I am fortunate and blessed and gracious and grateful and thankful to be part of the Discord community I'm part of, to be part of this YouTube journey. It could all come down tomorrow, but I've got lasting relationships with y'all. And this has been a fun life. So it's like, here I am knocking on the door of 800 people that subscribe to this channel and for some reason want to watch what me and John are putting out there and are interested to think what we think about movies. Go figure. But movies are messages. They're an art form that convey a message. And, you know, we can learn from them. We can. So thank you. I'm going to get out of this live. I'm going to end it. No more talking. I am going to end it. I'm going to put my email in the link. So make sure y'all email me your addresses so that I have them so I can send you some of this, you know, cool giveaway stuff. And I will see you when we drop the Shining video. So as I like to say, stay nerdy with it. Love you guys. Thank you. And I will see you on the flip side.